Recently, I've been going through uncertainties in my life. It's a tricky timing because it happens to be the time when I need to renew my permanent residency in Singapore. I'm so worried about it. Am I going to be able to renew my PR? Then after I submit it, I just close my eyes and manifesting. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Koala, Singapore-based YouTuber. I've lived in Singapore for 7 years. I can't say enough good things about Singapore. No matter if it's the tropical weather or the convenience or the safety, even the yummy food and cleanness of the city, it's just an amazing place. I just can't even express how amazing Singapore is. So I make a pretty comprehensive and detailed list about Singapore tourism on my second channel. So if you're interested, go there to take a look. Follow and play all the videos on my second channel. Even if you don't have time to watch, at least you play them all because it's such an amazing place. A lot of people want to get Singapore PR and citizenship. It's the most powerful passport in the world. And for me, I got pretty lucky. I got my PR just less than 2 years after I moved to Singapore. A lot of people ask me, so how do you get your PR? Usually the requirement for getting a PR is number one, you have to stay in Singapore for more than 2 years before you apply, and you have significant contribution to Singapore's economy. If you have the ethnicity that is related to the Singapore main ethnicity, then you have higher chances of getting the PR as well. I know a lot of Malaysian people got their PR much easier than say Indian or other ethnicity. So I would say ethnicity and nationality matter quite a lot. I was able to get my PR within less than 2 years of my time moving to Singapore, which is quite an exceptional case. I think my economic contribution in Singapore play quite a big role here. I work for a really great company. I was also the first person setting up the operation for my company in Singapore. So we were working with government body like EDB, Economic Development Board. So I think that really helped. Anyway, within less than 2 years, I got my PR. Since then, I've been having my PR for 5 years. So there has been a misperception about Singapore PR. People think it's permanent and once you get it forever. That's not true. Let me tell you this, a lot of people don't know about this. So what happened is there are two parts about Singapore PR. One part is the Singapore permanent residency itself. So it's a blue card, green card, that kind of thing. Very much equivalent to the US green card. So that's one part, the permanent residency, which you got it because they approved to you, and your residency, it's going to be with you forever. It does not expire. And there's a second part, which is called re-entry permit. And that re-entry permit allows you to leave Singapore and come back into Singapore anytime. So this is like a multiple entry kind of permit. This permit is linked to your passport when you go to Changi Airport and scan your passport to go in, so that you can scan and come back in anytime. That's the reason why you can use your passport that way so quickly. This REP is linked to your PR. So that means you have to renew your REP every 5 years in order to be a real Singapore PR. So then a lot of people ask this question. So what happens if your REP expired? That means you're not Singapore PR anymore. Technically, you're still a Singapore PR. If by the time of expiration and you are living in Singapore, that's great. You can reside in Singapore forever, but you can't leave the country, which just kind of mean like you're jailed in the country for your whole life. So I guess this is a very rare case where you don't leave your country for your whole life. But if your REP expired and if you leave Singapore, then you're not going to be able to come back in as a PR. You can come in as a tourist. So it's a little tricky. Once you have a Singapore PR, you still have to renew your PR every 5 years. That's what's happening with the Singapore PR. So go back to my own case. I was renewing my Singapore PR. So there's been a little bit uncertainty and ambiguity in my situation, so I was kind of concerned. So I'm really worried about my PR renewal. Before I went onto the website to apply for the PR renewal, I talked to a few other people who also applied for PR renewal. Somebody I know didn't get approved for her PR renewal because She is temporarily living in Thailand because she lost her job in Singapore. There's another person I know who got sent to another country to work for the next couple of years as assignment. So she also only got like 1 year renewal for her PR. I graduated from INSEAD, so I had a lot of my INSEAD classmates who's been living in Singapore for 10 years and pay a lot of taxes, and they still don't get PR because they're not ethnically related to Singapore's main ethnicity. So it's really hard to get Singapore PR right now. And even for renewal, it's so difficult because I really have heard a lot of cases who can't get their approval for PR renewal. So I was a little bit worried and concerned my situation as well. PR renewal form, it's like so simple. There's just a couple of lines that you need to fill in. Then after I submit it, I just like close my eyes and manifesting. And you know what, within 5 seconds, the result was there. So I didn't expect the experience to be so good with the Singapore government system. I was really blessed and happy that I got my PR renewal for another 5 years. And of course, I will continue to contribute myself to the economy. But that was like a magical moment and experience to renew Singapore PR. I don't know if it's true, but I heard these days the PR approval rate is like less than 10% or something like that. I know a couple of my ex-coworkers have been applying for citizenship after they got PR for a couple of years because it's a requirement for you to be a PR for at least 2 years in order to apply for citizenship. They've been waiting for the citizenship for more than a year now and still haven't heard back. So I heard that the approval rate for citizenship after you became a PR, it's also very low, maybe like 10-20% or something like that. The PR process takes a long time. Most of the time it's about 1 year long, but there are some Malaysians that I've seen who got their PR within like 6 months. But that's like an exceptional case. You know, Singapore, Malaysia were the same country before, so they have like some special cases. So citizenship now is like super difficult. Like really nowadays the tech industry market, it's not good at all. There are a lot of layoffs. Like Shopback, one of the biggest tech companies, Shopback, just laid off like more than 100 people last month. So the layoff is still ongoing. A lot of my INSEAD classmates lost their job and temporarily moved to Thailand to stay and do some part-time work. Unfortunately, that's the case for a lot of the talents these days. They all work for like Meta, Google, and all the biggest company. I guess I've paid enough taxes and CPF to the government. That's really important. So because of this great news about my PR renewal approval, I decided to go for a celebration. So spontaneously, I want to have the Singapore delicacy. Let's celebrate with me. I feel I didn't have enough, so I just ordered more. And make sure to like and share this video if you find it helpful. So that's all for today, and hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the comment section. Look forward to more years to come in Singapore. Love you guys.